Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to have a class on one of the interesting topics, that is Asia, its location, political divisions, and physical features. Asia is the largest continent in the world in terms of both size and population, and also occupies 30% of the land on Earth's surface. Asia is described as continent of contrast physically and culturally because of its enormous size. Let's see why Asia is described as continent of contrast. It has the highest peak in the world, Mount Everest, and the lowest point on the surface of the earth, the Dead Sea. Asia has large arid deserts like Gobi, Thar, and Mongolian deserts. On the other hand, it has the wettest places on the earth, Mozanram and Cherrapunji. It has the coldest places on the earth, Oymyakon in Siberia, and also the hottest temperature in Iranian city of ours. It has the most densely populated region, which is the Indo-Gangetic Plain, and the least densely populated region in Mongolia. The mainland of Asia extends from latitudes 77 degrees 43 minutes north to 1 degree 16 minutes north. It is situated almost entirely in northern hemisphere except for some of the islands of Indonesia which lie south of equator. Let's see three important lines of latitudes which pass through Asia: equator, Tropic of Cancer, and Arctic Circle. Longitudinally, it stretches 26 degrees 4 minutes east to Cape Baba to Cape Desnau, overlooking Bering Strait, 169 degrees 40 minutes west. So, most of the Asia lies in eastern hemisphere and small portion of Russia lies in western hemisphere. To avoid difference in time from rest of the country, the international date line curve as it passes through the Bering Strait. Being the biggest continent in the world, Asia includes 50 independent countries and occupies the eastern part of single Eurasian landmass, surrounded by Arctic Ocean from north, by Pacific Ocean from east, and by Indian Ocean from south. It is separated from Africa by Suez Canal. The Mediterranean Sea and Black Sea separate Asia from Europe. Farther, the overland border runs through Caucasus Mountains, the Caspian Sea, the Ural River, and the Ural Mountains. This boundary crosses through the territory of Russia, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, Georgia, and Turkey. So these states are in both continents. Political divisions of Asia. According to United Nations, there are 48 countries in Asia, and Russia is counted as a part of Europe by UN. The UN also recognizes three dependencies, namely Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Macau. So, in the table below, you will find the countries along with its capital cities. In this slide, you will find few more countries with its capitals. Let's see the physical divisions of Asia. Based on the relief, Asia is divided into 5 regions: the Northern Lowlands, the Central Mountain Mass, the Plateaus of the South, the river valleys, the island groups. The Northern Lowlands consists of largely Siberian plain. The Great Siberian Plain stretches across North Asia, which is the largest plain in the world. It is triangular in shape. The Ural Mountains in the west and the Bering Strait in the east form its two sides and central mountain at its base. Three long, slow-flowing rivers start from the central mountains and flow northwards across the lowlands to drain into Arctic Ocean. They are the rivers Ob, Yenisei, and Lena. To the south of Urals lies the broad Turan Plain. It is the arid zone that has two deserts, the Karakum and the Kizilkam. It is drained by two rivers, Sirdarya and Amudarya, which flow into the Aral Sea. The central mountain mass, the heart of Asia, is made up of young fold mountain ranges and the intermontane plateaus. The mountains seem to radiate like spikes of wheel from one central point or the north. There are two main norths, the Pamir North lying mostly in Tajikistan and the Armenian North in the western part of Asian Turkey. Intermountain plateaus means plateaus that lie between two mountain ranges. Southeastwards of Pamir North stretches the Himalayas, the Karakoram and Kunlun mountain ranges. Of these, southernmost are Himalayas, which runs from Nepal, Bhutan and continue into Myanmar as Arkan Yoma. Mount Everest is the highest peak in Himalayas as well as in the world with 8,850 meters. Mount Godwin Austen is the second highest peak in the world, which lies in the Karakoram range that runs north of Himalayas, which is 8,611 meters. Kunlun Shan is the major mountain chains of China. The plateau of Tibet is an intermontane plateau that lies between Himalayas, Kunlun Mountains, known as Roof of the World, because it is the highest plateau in the world with 5,000 meters elevation. The Elburz and Zagros border the intermountain plateau of Iran. Along the north and west converge at the Armenian North. The plateau of Anatolia lies in between the Pontic and the Taurus mountains that extend westwards from Armenian North. The Tarim Basin is a depression that lies between the Tian Shan in the north and Kunlun to the south. Eastwards of this lies the Gobi Desert, bordered on the north by Plateau of Mongolia and Altai Range. Mountains stretch out from Pamir North over 2,500 kilometers, spanning the border between China and Kyrgyzstan. The Hindu Kush region runs southwestwards from Pamir North, separating South Asia from Central Asia. It extends westwards as Elburz, also known as Alborz Mountain. Kirtar Range consists of a series of small hills that runs southwards along western Pakistan. The Zagros Range, the largest mountain range of the region, extends for 1,500 kilometers along the borders of Iran, Iraq and southern Turkey. Ranges radiating from Pamir North, Armenian North and Central Asia table below. The plateaus of the south. To the south of Central Mountains lie three major plateaus, the Plateau of Arabia, the Deccan Plateau and the Plateau of Indochina. These plateaus are made up of old hard metamorphic rocks. All three plateaus jet into the sea forming peninsulas. The Arabian Plateau in the southwestern Asia forms the peninsula with Persian Gulf to the northeast, the Gulf of Oman to the east, the Arabian Sea to the southeast, the Gulf of Aden to the south, and the Red Sea to the west. The largest desert of Asia, the Arabian Desert, lies on this plateau. The Deccan Plateau lies between western and eastern Ghats of India. The main rivers draining this region are Godavari, Krishna, and Kaveri. The plateau of Indochina is made up of plateaus of Shan and Yunnan Gizo. The Yunnan Gizo plateau is located in southwest of China. The plateau of Indochina is drained by Mekong, Sikiang, Irrawaddy, and Salween rivers. The river valleys. Asia is home to many of the world's largest rivers. Over the millions of years, these rivers have carved out floodplains and built large deltas entirely from the fertile alluvium. The rivers Tigris-Euphrates flows into Persian Gulf. They have built the Mesopotamian plains of Iran. The Indus and its 5 tributaries created the Indus Plain, spread over northwest India and Pakistan. The Ganga Brahmaputra plains spread over northern and eastern India and Bangladesh. In China, the Yangtze and Yonghai rivers form vast and fertile plains. The Yangtze at 6,300 kilometers is the longest river in Asia. The Irrawaddy and Salween rivers have formed fertile plains in Myanmar. The Mainam and Mekong rivers have formed the plains of Indochina, while the Amur River has formed the Manchurian plain. The island groups. The number of islands lies to the east and southeast of Asia. Some of them form the archipelagos. Bahrain lies in the Persian Gulf. Sri Lanka, Lakshadweep Islands, Andaman and Nicobar lie in the Indian Ocean. The many islands of Indonesia are scattered across both Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean. Some of the notable islands of Indonesia are Bali, Java, Sumatra, and Borneo. The Japanese islands, Philippines, Taiwan, and Kuril Islands lie in the Pacific Ocean. The busy ports of Singapore and Hong Kong are islands as well. Drainage system. The rivers of Asia can be grouped according to the oceans they flow into. The Indian Ocean, we have Tigris, Euphrates, Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra, Irrawaddy, and Salween. In the Pacific Ocean, Kayo, Freya, Mekong, Sea, Yangtze, Yonghai, and Amur. In the Arctic Ocean, we have Ob, Yangtze, and Lena. In the inland drainage, we have River Jordan, which flows into Dead Sea, Amu Darya and Sir Darya into the Aral Sea.